Cheers to the Madonna fans. Clearly y'all know what's up. Hey guys, it's Tommy. Welcome back to the channel. I know I asked you guys over like on Instagram and stuff what kind of things you want to see in the future for this channel, and you gave me a bunch of good ideas. So today I'm just going to talk about one of them, that being what I didn't expect during nursing school. So let me just start off by saying nursing school is probably the absolute worst thing on this planet that a human could ever go through. It's not a fun thing, but I definitely think that it prepares you for a lot of things that, like, not necessarily that other programs won't necessarily prepare you for, but it definitely makes you really think about certain things, especially a lot of things about yourself. Honestly, nursing school is just one of those things where you kind of have to give up your life, and that's how it is. But anyways, so a few things that I did not expect while I was in nursing school. Probably the number one thing that I'm going to talk about is the amount of time that you have to sacrifice to studying and everything that comes along with nursing school. One of the things that really surprised me is that, and they tell you all this in orientation, but it doesn't really hit you until like you're actually in it, is that when you are not in school you're studying, when you're not studying you're thinking about studying, you're constantly just always like scrambling to figure out what has to come next because there's so much information you have to learn. What I mean by that is, like, you'll have like normal class Monday through Thursday, and then you'll have like a lab or two somewhere scheduled in between then, but then you also have clinicals on the weekends. And when you have all that, it's really like difficult to sit down and plan like an actual time to study. But if you guys don't know, a like generic overview of what nursing school looks like is you have basically like three different parts. You have your lectures, your labs, and your clinicals. Lectures are basically just pretty standard. It depends on the class. They can run 4 hours, they can run 8 hours, and you usually have that either once or twice a week. And then along with those lectures, you will usually have a lab associated with it. So it'll usually like kind of correlate what you learned in lecture, and when you put all of it together and you like learn hands-on how to do it, it's really beneficial for you, because then hopefully that weekend when you go to clinicals, you actually learn like in the clinical setting as opposed to just on a mannequin or something. So that was definitely something that I didn't realize, was trying to find the time to study, because when you have all of those different things scheduled, you have to go to them, and then you also have tests that are like intertwined within that schedule. So you have to kind of force yourself to sit down and dedicate like specific time to certain subjects. Now, there's a lot of people that say, you know, you don't have a life in nursing school, you can't do anything in nursing school, which to a degree that's kind of accurate, but it's definitely, it's tolerable, but it's something that you need to be prepared for, especially if you have like kids and a family or other obligations. Like, that's definitely something you need to take into consideration. The thing that I did not realize while I was in nursing school is that nursing school prepares you for nothing in the real world. I hate to say it, everyone that is just finishing up nursing school and you feel like it's the end of the road, I hate to burst your bubble, but your road has not even been paved. Gives you the absolute bare minimum knowledge of how to think like a nurse, but it does not give you the assessment skills, the critical thinking skills in the clinical environment. It doesn't teach you how to really like interact with different hospital personnel. When you're in the hospital as a nurse, you're talking to so many different people, and you're talking to so many different areas of the hospital, and there's not certain ways to talk to certain people, but it's going to be different when you're calling a doctor about a patient's condition deteriorating, as opposed to like calling pharmacy about like a medication or something. Like, it's kind of two different worlds, and unfortunately nursing school doesn't teach you how to do that. I would say probably like 98% of the things you do not learn in nursing school. Not to say that you'll be like totally clueless as a new nurse, but You definitely will need to ask questions and definitely like, look out for yourself as far as like your knowledge and like take that extra step and asking people like, how do you do this? How is this something that how can I incorporate this into my practice? And you just kind of have to like put your education first, and basically advocate for yourself. Another thing I don't think nursing school really prepares you for, and this may just be something like personally that I kind of realized, and I'm sure doctors feel this all the time, but there's a lot of outside factors that play into the healthcare system that you really don't realize as a nursing student. What I mean by that is like, when you're in nursing school and you're in clinicals, when you're in clinicals, like, you learn things, but you're not like actually like responsible for people and like have to like go through every single step of their care. An example that I'll give is, let's say you're working day shift on a busy like med-tele PCU floor, and you have to discharge a patient, but like something goes wrong with their insurance, and the nurse has to clarify with case management or something like that. Like, there's like little things that like are barriers to, like patient care and discharges and things like that that nursing school, like, I don't think ever talks to you about. Not necessarily that that's a bad thing, because, nursing school, it's not to teach you every single thing about nursing, because there is no way on this planet that it could teach you every single little thing about nursing, because nursing is ever changing and you're always learning. All right, guys, well, thank you so much for joining me again. I'll be coming out with more videos soon. Just let me know what kind of things you want me to talk about, and we'll just go from there. All right, guys, have a good one.